Hey, what's up? My name is Jay Malone. I am the founder creator of Passive Profits. This is newsletter issue number 22. Yes or no? Choose wisely. Welcome to Passive Profits. The mission here is to help current and aspiring founders win back time and freedom by productizing your expertise into offers you build once and sell forever. Hey, founder. If this is your first Sunday issue, welcome. All previous issues are here for you. Little link. In the last two issues, I shared my monetization plans for Passive Profits, the sales channels I'll build, and projected revenue for each, with the goal of earning $100,000 in year one. Those two issues gelled my high altitude business plan. Over the next several issues, we're going levels deeper, from business plan to project plan, and all of the work involved. I'll be an open book with what I'm building, how I'm doing it, and how it's going. I'll share everything I'd want to know about growing and monetizing a newsletter, hosting challenges to grow your audience, using social and webinars to build my funnel, expanding your reach with brand partnerships, building and selling an email-based course, building and selling a high-ticket program, connecting it all into a viral flywheel. Continue following along with the newsletter issues to learn and build with me. You can also go further faster by joining my free upcoming webinars. I'll expand on everything I read about here and promise to make plenty of time for Q&A. Also stoked to bring in some special guests. Want to be notified about the webinar? There's an option to click yep or nope. To fulfill the webinars and everything else bulleted above, I've got a shitload of work to do. That's actually a technical unit of measurement from where I'm from. It's time to wrangle my priorities. And there's a little picture of one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid, The Princess Bride. And I did a little spin on it. Okay, let's get into it. Yes or no? Since launching Passive Profits in October, I've been saying yes to lots of ideas, experiments, and rabbit holes. All well and good at the start of any venture. But now it's time to execute. And so I need to start being more strategic with what I say yes to. I remember one powerful question a business coach used to ask me. If you're saying yes to this, what will you need to say no to? Activities like this provide helpful constraints. They help you focus on the urgent and important by turning down the volume on everything else. Because if everything's a priority, then nothing is. It's a great quote by Frank Sonnenberg. So to prioritize Passive Profits 2024 needle movers, important stuff, I need to spend this week building my project plan, which I've dubbed V1 Launch. Mapping out my V1 launch. The pre-work to building my project plan happened the past 2 weeks while laying out my business plans, all shared publicly in the last two newsletter issues. In particular, I showed you how I plan to earn around $60,000 from courses and boot camps. Remember this? It's a little picture of a spreadsheet where I broke down how I will earn that money over the course of the year. Now it's time to map out the how behind the what. Using lo-fi pen and paper to map out my project plan could have been dandy. There's a link to something where I shared, where I've actually got a picture of the wall of a Eisenhower matrix combined with a little bit of Kanban style prioritization. And that could have worked just well. But in this scenario, I decided to use a digital tool called Asana. It's a project planning tool. Not only do I have a ton planned, but I anticipate ample iteration. Speaking of which, I rewrote most of today's issue to account for a major iteration I made while mapping out my launch. Here's how I bucketed the work within Asana. So within my V1 launch, I have sub-projects. Those are major projects included with the end-to-end launch. Project tasks, grouped activities like building, promoting, and selling. And then subtasks are the nitty-gritty work that needs to be prioritized, scheduled, and completed. I've got a screenshot of my Asana plan in there. That's it for the start of how I'm going to be sharing my really public version of my project plan and all the work behind it. Next week, we're going to start to dig levels deeper. I'll introduce the plan so you can see how it all builds toward my bootcamp. My bootcamp is basically where I'm driving the funnel over the next 5 to 6 months, perhaps the entire year. So that is how everything I do between now and sometime around June is a series of strategic moves to build, promote, and sell the bootcamp, while giving away shitloads squared of value along the way. We're going to keep digging week over week until we're at bedrock. That is, until you've seen my complete year one playbook. If you find this or future issues helpful, the only thing I ask is that you bend the knee. Wait, no, just kidding. If this issue helps you for real, please share a link to it on LinkedIn or Twitter. All you need to do, if you're reading this as the email version, go to the top, there's a read online, click that, you'll get the URL to today's online version. Just post it on LinkedIn, Twitter, tag me so I see you doing that. I can kind of yes and it, plus one it, give you a high five, give you a big hug. I really appreciate it. But only do it if you find this stuff helpful. If you don't, ignore it, move on to the next issue. I hope you do. And as we wrap up, I've got some links down in the Founder Creator Corner, and I'm really excited that we hit another new small win milestone of 350 subscribers. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed this week. Welcome. I'm excited to have you here, and I will see you next week. See you then.